count you down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, welcome to Three Simple Guys. And today we're reviewing Big Little Brawlers. Take it away.
Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to the Three Simple Guys podcast. We're just three simple guys that talk about movies, restaurants, and TV shows. Today we're talking about Big Little Brawlers, a new show about micro wrestling on Discovery Channel, based in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. As always, I have myself, Puma, and D-Dog. Let's get into it. Alright, so going from last week, the big topic, or hot topic, was Puma thought that Hot Rod's fall was fake. So we watched the replay of him hitting his head, and it's hard for me to tell. What did you guys think?
Well, again, I watched it again, and everybody was pretend to crying. Because everybody was like, but I never see a tear, you know? So that was another thing, like, made me think, like, that fall was fake. Because when he started screaming his name, Jake?
Jeff, I think.
Jeff.
Jeff.
Jeff. You know, it was like, Jeff! Jeff! He looking around to see if Jeff's coming, so, it was a fake.
Okay. And that's my thing that I lean towards. There was no paramedics, so somebody would come out and grab that. And then, you know, somebody from Discovery Channel would be there. There'd be any show, they always have some type of medic. So, we'll look into it more. D, any thoughts?
Yeah, honestly, there was like a little bit of a pre-show determination on it being fake for me because he hit his head a couple of times before that final one that was supposed to be that dramatic. You know what I'm saying? In the ring, he hit his head a couple of times, and it looked like each blow, he was a little slower, and then that one was like the main one. And these guys are training to be professionals, are professional athletes, so you
And maybe
know
there's
how to
stuff
fall.
we didn't see. Maybe there's stuff behind the scenes they didn't show.
And don't get me wrong, I mean, accidents happen, especially when they're doing these acrobatic things. And I guess in wrestling, people get, injured by some of those things. But that one, I mean, they could perform better.
They were whining, they weren't crying.
Okay, and then now we got Ivar, who's training, hurts his knee, and has to go out. Still wants to wrestle. His wife's scared. You know, so he had to stop. Do you think he's gonna make it to Microfest? Anybody?
Silence.
Are you guys with me here? Is this on?
Yeah.
I would say if I use my common sense, because everyone's common sense is different.
Right.
I would not put my life, my health on risk for that. I mean, it's a dream. It is something that he wants to do. But I mean, check it out. He got his bones like crystal, right?
Yeah.
So any movement could be catastrophic for him.
Exactly.
If I was him, I would not do it. So, and that was I would not sacrifice myself in order to pursue that dream. I don't know.
And risk it.
He's taking all the natural precautions on weight training, getting his body right and everything like that. So, you know, he's doing everything right in that aspect. And then following forward from there, I'm pretty sure that he's not really realizing that that's not going to help his condition. Like, even though it was more strength, because they're practicing, and that's at 60% at best.
Right, so
You
he
know
still
what I
has a
mean?
chance
So
to
that's
get hurt.
not, if that was at 100% speed, like real time, versus like staging, you know, them practicing, that could have friggin' been almost a compound fracture. Because let's not forget as well that he did say that that was his stronger leg, his more dominant leg that got hurt. So that's his strongest leg that got injured. And then the fact that it got injured from just that, and he's got rods going through his legs just to keep them together underneath of him.
So it's a high risk.
Very high
I think we all agree on that. And then we have Andrew the Giant,
Oh,
400
yeah.
pounds. So D's the health freak. So what could someone that big do to because what was the challenge? $5,000 if he loses 100 pounds.
Right, and
And that still puts him at 300 pounds. It's
Yeah.
you guys 300 pounds walking around.
So they're already, micros as is, so they're already battling that. With somebody 300 pounds to fall on you.
So is
That's
it just
gotta be-
diet?
What?
How does he lose 100 pounds?
Oh,
3
well, a
weeks,
lot of
4
it-
weeks.
A lot of it is like, with a heavier person, it's water weight. They're gonna retain water and retain fat a lot more because of the amount of constant food that they're feeding themselves. So with him, honestly, if he would even just to cut back and the fact that he's being more active and everything, I think that he could definitely do it 100%.
100 pounds.
Has he lost any weight?
He's lost 15 pounds.
He had
so
15
Wow.
pounds so far, is what he said. he
And what was
lost.
that? 1 week.
That was at 1 week, but
So,
he
and how many
changed
weeks
his
have we
diet.
got?
He's got I think 4 weeks before Microfest.
So 4 weeks, 4 times 15, 60 pounds.
Yeah, if he increases and starts doing more.
I mean,
So 60 plus 15, he's at 75. So he's got to pick up the pace a little bit.
I tried to
He's
lose.
having midnight snacks.
Yeah,
That's what's
I
happening.
tried to lose 20 pounds for this show. And man, it's so difficult because I mean, in the morning I start very easy, right? That's fine.
Yeah.
Then for lunch I could have my salad and everything fine. But about this time, the cravings start. You start looking at the fridge, and this is when I guess that everything doesn't help. But
That's when you go to
and
bed.
I consider a normal guy, 20 pounds. I mean, it's something feasible, right?
Yeah.
What about him? Like he used to eat a lot and this. It's kind of hard.
Changing habits.
Especially the cravings.
Well, the heavier you are, though, it's always going to be easier to lose weight. Honestly, 1,000%. Yeah. I wholeheartedly know that and believe
And
that.
come on, yeah. In the beginning, you
gonna
start
shed a lot
dropping, do some
faster.
shedding. So we hope he does it. Let's see what happens. All right, and then we have the couple, Psycho and Pinky. They're in their routine. He wants to go to Micro 1.
Love them.
Big fans, but I don't know. I think she's being a little the way she's putting him on against the ropes here, saying, hey, why don't you come to me? And he's like, well, it's hard to talk to you. And she's like, well, man up, and making him feel bad. I mean, it's just, I don't think she's getting it.
Well,
No.
She's showing your true colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough on any relationship, if you can't talk or you're afraid to tell somebody something, and this sounds like his dream, he wants to go do it.
but-
If there's a kid at home, I see both sides.
And also, there's one thing the way she knew that he accepted the challenge to go to Micro One, because
Jeff, you got it.
he just showed up and said, "Hey, we'll
Yeah.
accept it, right?"
Jeff
And
kinda
it
threw him
was
under the
kind of
bus.
surprising
Oh,
for
yeah.
her.
No, so
And
it's on you.
So the issue is not only that he goes to Microfest; he didn't talk to her before make the decision, and she feels like
A full final decision. He did
finance.
mention
But
to
I mean,
her.
she
On their
I would
very
say-
first date and outing that was on the show.
And I'm
That's
sure
what
he
he
talks
showed.
about it through
I would say now she thinks he doesn't consider her opinion to make the decision, and they are a family. You know what I'm saying? We've been through that before. I mean, I guess you guys too.
Mhm.
That was a simple decision, but the other side doesn't look like that. They want to be part of your decision. They want to be in every moment and every things that you are thinking. So they want to be. Her opinion counts. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's the whole thing. Even with anybody in life, is just if somebody wants to be an astrophysicist, and then another person, they want to be a makeup artist. Well, that's two total opposite sides of the spectrum, but they both wrestle. So she understands on that aspect on.
And her
the
family
wrestling
wrestles.
part.
Her mom and dad both wrestled. She kind of knows the business.
Right, and not only that too, as a male, that's what you want to do, assert your dominance and provide for your domain, and that's the thing where I can see just on Psycho's side and not really so much on her side is that he's doing this to provide first. He doesn't say anything really about himself first. He says about what it's going to do. It's going to pay more money, double the money, and then on top of that, giving his daughter a better life. And on top of that, her understanding on how to fend for herself, for her daughter.
But there's one thing.
And the guy's cooking on every episode.
Oh yeah, that's what I noticed. But that's one thing. Remember the story about Pinky's father?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I mean, she got a lot of emotions and think about what if he do the same thing as her father. You know, and that kind of thing make her blind. So
Yeah, but look what the guy's done. He's there every day. He's making breakfast. He's doing everything for her. You know, at some point, I get it. You got to kind of
Cut
give
the
in.
training wheels
Yeah.
off a little bit.
If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. If he's going to leave,
And
but
that's the whole thing.
it's almost
too,
like
is-
she's pushing him away.
Yeah.
You know, like because of the
Is
way
she
she's
jealous?
I think she's just afraid of what her dad did to her family. But you think Psycho doesn't even know his dad? You know,
Good
where
topic,
What did the
yeah.
dad do? I don't know.
Psycho doesn't even know his dad. He never doesn't even know his name.
Okay.
And you know,
Yeah.
so he kind of understands that. But she knew her dad, grew up with the dad. The dad just decided to leave and didn't want anything to do with him. So
Oh,
yeah, there's abandonment there. But you look at what Psycho's, the guy kind of knows. You know, he's hanging in there, putting up with it, and you know, she keeps giving him a hard time.
yeah, and guess what? He could not focus on his wrestling
Yeah.
thing because he's gonna be thinking,
Because he
"Oh,
knows that's in the
at
back
home
of
I
his
have
mind.
this issue, so I could not focus. I could not train well. I mean, that's gonna affect his performance.
That's gonna affect everything, the relationship
Yeah.
as well in somebody's life, because it's just like without a support system in any sport, anything that you do, that's even like work related. What do people say? Leave your family problems at home when you walk into the door at work, and when you walk in at home, leave your problems at work at that door.
If I were Psycho, you
Yeah.
know what I'm gonna tell her? I'm Psycho.
I'm
Psycho. I'm a Psycho now. So that's gonna.
Like, look into my glass eye.
Did you guys find anything on YouTube? Did you ever like look any of these guys up? Or able to find them?
Well, I look at the Ivor.
You were able to find him?
Yeah, and I mean he's like I was saying at the first episode that he likes music and play.
Well, he
he's
plays
singer,
in a rock band, I
In a
believe.
rock band, and he's
Because he does it for the show. He's the opener.
right.
He gets
And,
everybody
and
pumped
seems
up.
like he's very famous in that area because I mean people love him and everybody knows him there, and he has a lot of interviews on YouTube.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You have to check that out. Now, I tried to go. I couldn't find anything. I did find, like, before they were famous, like, original matches of the Tiger, who's the Micro Tiger, and Hot Rod. And they put on a show, like, I think it was down in Florida. And I watched it, and they had the whole show. Pinky came out, and it was all of them. And it was actually pretty entertaining. People were into it. They got the crowd into it. There was a guy called Disco Man or something. He took, like, a white suit on. He takes it off, and he wrestles. So, I mean, I think it would be interesting to see. And, like, you know, we have our plan to go there. I don't think we're going to make it for Microfest because I think it's already been done for the date, because they're talking about 4 weeks from now. And it's sunny in Tennessee, and I know there's snow. But we got to plan a trip just to go see the show. And then, of course, we'll film that and have it on. What else? And then through the show, I mean, they all go to that bar, the Iron Boar. Did you see that? They do shots.
They party harder, right?
Yeah. Really, on a side topic though, I gotta really say, we didn't really dive in too much about Jay Mazing, bro.
Oh,
You
Jay
gotta give
Mazing.
credit to the coach, man. What's this guy's name again?
Andrew the Giant.
Andrew the Giant, yeah. And dude, what does he say about his personal hygiene and stuff?
Yeah, I think like that is in chapter 4.
Three,
Yeah,
it was
bro, you
kind
gotta
of
put
3.
the
He
soap
took him
on it.
to
He's like, yo, you gotta go like.
he took him to the laundromat and had to wash all his clothes.
He's like, man, he got a lot of cracks. Look at him. He got rolls everywhere. He's got rolls on top of his rolls.
Right, but remember, I think like Andrew is about 20 years old, something.
Yeah, he's in his 20s. He's not.
in his 20s.
And Jay Mazing's older.
Right.
And listen to how he takes this stuff, though, honestly, because he knows that guy, Jay Mazing, cares about him. The guy lost both of his parents, so in a way it's got a relation to what's going on with Pinky.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it's a different reflection, honestly, and it impacts people differently. And that's what I'm like anxious to find out about what's gonna happen with all that, you know? Because that's what this whole wrestling community is, even with the head, with micro wrestling, micronation, you know, all that.
Okay, so where are we at overall, show-wise? What do you rate the show?
So far, honestly, I really like it. I give it at least 7.5.
7.5?
Closer to 8, but I'll say 7.5 to be fair.
Yeah, I would say same thing, but there's some situations like they trying to stretch. I mean, like the Pinky whole thing. So you could see like they go over and over, basically the
Yeah,
same
they
issue.
kind of just stretch it out. I can
Right,
see.
that's what I'm saying. But besides that, I mean, got the funny part about Andrew the Giant, right?
Yeah, I mean, they're building characters.
Dude, if he just releases some gas, baby, that's 3 pounds.
But they living in a hotel room, right, for now.
That looked like a hotel room
So
when they
it's
were
kind of
cleaning
crazy,
up.
like Jay Amazing, right, in the same hotel room. Seems like he's
Well, he said he was kind of a slob. He's like, he never washes his clothes, he never picks up, and he's yelling at him like a drill sergeant.
Wait, was he saying he's lazy? What's the word he was using?
He's
'Cause he
lazy.
speaks a little bit of broken English. He's lazy. I can't stand people who just.
yeah. One day, on one moment, he was trying to describe where the stink come from.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I said, "Can I use that word?" He said it already.
Well, you know if
That's
they
with
cut
the
it
soap,
out, but
man.
yeah.
The soap.
The soap and the floss.
But I mean, think about it. I have the opportunity to go to Malaysia back in 2000 for work,
Mm-hmm.
and I was wondering because people smell different there, and I was thinking like, is because the diet, it is because the country, or it's
They
because,
practice different hygiene.
right, things like that. So I was thinking like, who's thinking there? That was me, right? I said, "Ah, this new stink." but if you think about it, right, that depends of your diet, where you living, why, things like that. But I
They don't
mean,
believe in fragrance there, man.
right? I think like also they don't use chemicals or deodorants because the chemicals and stuff like
Chemicals.
So it's mainly they're relying on essential oils.
So it depends where you go,
So-
how you smell. What you're saying. Okay. Words to live by. All right. Any of you guys have anything else? That's episode 3. Kind of think we covered everything that happened.
that. Well,
Did I forget anything?
no.
Any
But I
questions?
got another fun question here.
Oh, okay. Let's hear it.
It's Matt from Lancaster,
Alright.
right?
Hey, Matt. Thanks for watching.
Yeah,
Thank you,
seems
Matt,
like
for
this
watching.
one fit to D-Dog, us, right? He said like, how much are you willing to sacrifice in order to get your goals?
Well, I think that honestly just speaks about the individual that you are. So it honestly, you got to really take everything in life with a grain of salt and just know that what you're doing is the right thing. And if you can believe in that, you should be able to be willing to sacrifice just about anything. Because, these guys are, role models to their family in a way. Even though it seems like they're selfish at that time, but if you can't take care of yourself, then, how are you going to take care and provide for somebody else? Because that's just like even a lot of physical attributes, just like somebody's like personal appearance, like their physicality, like if they can go to the gym. If you got somebody that's controlling at home, that's going to be telling you, I don't want you here, you can't go here after work, or you
Well,
can't
it's your
do that.
time, you know?
You know what I mean? Right. So, and that's what the whole thing of it is with sacrifice, that the blatant obvious would be Pinky and Psycho. He's pushing her to be better and she's not even seeing that. Set aside about her whole life and, what has happened in the past.
Yeah, he's there for it.
Yeah, he's absolutely there for her. Because he was trying to help her to become a better wrestler and fight her fears. She just can't overcome them.
Hopefully she
And
does.
there's only so much you could do to somebody to be a hound or a nag onto them. And that's what she's not realizing she's doing that to him. He backs off at least, when she was trying to get on
Hey,
that
God
top
bless
rope.
him. I don't know how he handles it.
Yeah.
All right, Matt. Well, thanks for that question. If you have any questions for us, you can hit us up at 3simpleguys1@gmail.com. You can also find us on TikTok,
Instagram.
YouTube, and Facebook.
Alright, we'll put the email down below too.
Yep, we'll put the email so you guys can find it. And next time we'll be talking about episode 4. So from all of us here at 3 Simple Guys, till next time.
Alright, take it out.
All right.
Freddie Mercury.
No.
Actually,